She wants to do a track and live.
Oh, yeah.
But
That'd be
since,
more.
because it has drums and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go next week and see which parts I'll do and the other part, whichever
Sure,
y'all are doing. I was trying to figure which one you're doing, but then you're jumping, so I figure what's in, you know, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
The other one is wonderful.
Yeah.
Jim, are you using the new iPad? Is that what
You
you're
need to
using?
send
Oh,
one
that's
to
it.
also.
Yeah.
Oh,
To do.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
This is mine back
Oh,
here, which was.
yes,
which was-
You might have it all
No,
over
no,
because
it's-
from the variety show.
Oh,
But let me check my emails.
where's my word?
Hey, what do you want to do for precinct? Your choice.
And we are, it's okay.
Who?
Oh,
Shaping? Oh, okay. Okay.
Because, you know, it's just so wonderful in life of
Yes.
Denver, always, there's something happening. Always, as you know, from your years.
These things, I was telling Aaron also about casting, I said, how easy it is.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, eyes,
And maybe it's even for you because you guys came into, you skipped several steps. So when I try to teach somebody how to dance, I don't know the automatic things that I do. So I go like from 1 to 5 to 10. You're not big half. You're like 2, 3, 4.
Oh, we got 1 minute.
Good morning.
Oh.
We
No,
got
we
1
got
minute.
one. Is that clock that slow?
What?
What?
It's 10:24.
What are you
The
saying?
clock is right.
Carrie said we have 1 minute.
Yeah.
Oh, no, for we,
Yeah, I thought you meant to.
And, yeah, 'cause I remember sitting at home and hearing people talking while you're,
I think that's perfectly fine.
really?
It's what they would be hearing if they were here.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know, you're so. This is good. Jim, I appreciate you.
Good.
All right. Barbara Diller here.
I got a check for you, and then that's the receipt that Bill last week, he's in and out so fast, right? Yeah, right. That was, yeah, that's, and then that's my check for the day. That's it. Muchas gracias, señor.
person next to you. Now feel the love in the sanctuary.
Feel the love in the sanctuary.
Lift your voice and repeat after me.
Lift your voice and repeat.
We come together.
Good morning.
We come together. We come together. In the name of love.
Move
We
around.
come together. We come together. We come together.
Lift your hands up.
In the
Let some
name
blood
of
flow.
love. Take a look at the person next to you.
Take a look at the person next to you. God loves you and I love you too.
Now feel the love in the sanctuary.
Feel the love in the sanctuary.
Lift your voice and repeat after me.
Lift your voice and repeat.
We come together. We come together.
Together.
We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, from every walk of life, every creed and color, in kinship we unite. In honor of the God and each other. Take a look at the person next to you.
Take a look at the person next to you.
Say namaste, I bow to you.
Namaste, I bow to you.
Now feel the love in the sanctuary.
Feel the love in the sanctuary.
Lift your voice and repeat after me.
Lift your voice and repeat.
We come together. We come together.
Move around.
We come together.
Woo!
In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together.
Yes, we do.
We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together.
Oh, yeah.
We come together. We come together. In the name of love.
Woo! Come together. Yeah, yes.
Good morning and welcome to Harmony Spiritual Center. We are so glad you are here with us today on this gorgeous, gorgeous May Mother's Day morning. And let's start with a small opening prayer. Dear Mother, we are so connected to you, even when we are not able to be physically connected with one another. We know that we are all one, that we are strong, that we are healthy, and that we are safe. And so it is. And let's join together now in our mission and vision. Affirming that Spirit is our source, the purpose of Harmony Spiritual Center is to be joyously inclusive, spiritually enlightening, and life transforming. The principles of Harmony Spiritual Center are inclusiveness, integrity, humility, compassion, transparency, and generosity. And now please join us in our chant.
In God's house there is room for all. Every person has a place, held within the arms of grace. In God's house there's no room too small. In God's house there is room for all. In God's house there is room for all. Every child, a child of light, all are precious in God's sight. In God's house, there's no room too small. In God's house, there is room for all. In God's house, there is room for all.
Now it's time for our meditation. And just take a moment. People that you know need some extra prayer, just hold them in your thoughts and send your love, your light, and your life spirit to these people. And as we breathe in, breathing down into our stomach and releasing like a 6-month-old baby lying in a crib. In and out. With each breath, we breathe in light. With each breath, we breathe out light. With each breath, we breathe in love. And we breathe out love. Each breath, we breathe in life. And as we breathe out, we share our life with all creatures. And on this beautiful spring day, imagine you're sitting outside. Maybe you are, hearing birds, watching squirrels play in the yard, running up a tree. Know that each one of us is a part of this grand design that the Great Spirit has given to us. Each one of us is one with God, the Creator of all. And as you breathe in and as you breathe out, continue sending your love around the world. And so it is. Amen.
Good morning, everyone. This is becoming a Mother's Day tradition around here. I'm glad to be a part of it. I can do anything 'cause somebody loves me. I can be anyone 'cause somebody cares. I can go anywhere that my heart can hold and love can bear. I can do anything. Somebody touched me. Somebody cares. Somebody held my face and pain fell away. Somebody whispered my name and somebody prayed. And when she looked at me, it told me I would be okay. I can do anything. Somebody touched me. Somebody cares.
A mother's touch dries all your tears. A mother's touch calms all your fears. And a mother's touch reaching through the years. There's something that means so much about a mother's touch. I can do anything 'cause somebody loves me. I can be anyone 'cause somebody cares. I can go anywhere that my heart can hold and love can bear. I can do anything, somebody touched me, somebody cares. There have been times when I needed a friend, some kind of sign that I'd be all right again. With just a glance and a smile, she washed all my cares away. Oh, I say I can do anything. My mother touched me, my mama cares. A mother's touch dries all your tears. A mother's touch calms all your fears. A mother's touch reaching through the years. There's something that means so much about a mother's touch. I can do anything 'cause somebody loves me. I can go anywhere 'cause somebody cares. I can be anyone that my heart can hold and love can bear. I can do anything, somebody touched me, somebody cares. Yes, I can do anything, somebody touched me, somebody cares. Well, I can do anything, my mother touched me, my mother cares. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And that was a song that my sisters and I wrote for my mother many years ago, and I can't not sing it every Mother's Day, whether I'm doing it publicly or just at the family, it doesn't matter. We all sing that song. It's such a reminder of someone who was so dear and influential in our lives. I love Mother's Day. I love talking about Mother's Day, about being the speaker on Mother's Day. My mother passed away in 2011, and yet she is still so with us, always has been, from the things she taught us, the stories she told, the lessons we learned, the, calling out to Jesus, all the things that she did, when she couldn't quite handle us, and she'd ask for help. So on this Mother's Day, I've been reflecting the last couple of weeks leading up to this about, obviously, what does it mean to be a mother? And I have lived a while now, have experienced some things, have had lots of friends, have traveled around. And I think the idea of mother is actually greater than what we celebrate. And so I want to talk about that. I want to talk about what it means to be a mother. Just the power of being a mother. Do you know that the word mother is a noun, an adjective, and a verb? It's all those three things, right? Because it's someone you call mother, so that's a noun, it's a name of something. It's an adjective because of the characteristics of a mother. So when you say someone's a mother, you're talking about the characteristics of that. It is also a verb in to mother someone, mothering, right? So it's all those three things. It's very, very powerful. And I wanted to talk about what exactly is a mother. How do you define what a mother? And it's not necessarily about birthing someone. It's not the person you started off with necessarily. It's not necessarily related to gender. It is not. What it's related to is these three things. These are my thinking, my thoughts, and I want to share with you this morning. To me, it's related to three things. And I'll share with you what these things mean, but it's loving this way, taking on a heavenly charge, and having answered prayer. And here's what I mean when I say loving in this way. 1 Corinthians, and all of these are from the Bible, that tells us how it is to be a mother, how we love in this way. 1 Corinthians 13, 4, 5, and 7 says, love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud. It keeps no record of wrongs. It keeps no record. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and it always perseveres. So that loving in this way, to me, defines a mother. Taking on this charge from heaven. Proverbs 22:6 says, start your children off in the way they should go, and even when they are old, they will not turn from it. Start your children off in the way they should go, and even when they are old, they will not turn from it. So we are charged with raising our children and telling them how it is to live and to be a person of worth, a person who, a loving person, all the things, the core values that your mother instills in you. That is the charge from heaven to do that. And the final thing, answered prayer. 1 Samuel 1:27 says, I prayed for this child, and the Lord has granted me what I asked of him. So mothers are people who've prayed for you. They wanted you. They asked for you to be in their lives. And so whether you are mothering someone from the beginning, from the womb, whether they came to you in some way, whether they are human or not, it doesn't matter. It's whether you have these three things, loving in this way, taking on this heavenly charge, and having answered prayer. And so I thought about my mom and the lessons that she taught us. And she taught us in a lot of ways. One, in talking and just telling us some things. And most of it is in doing, talking, telling us and doing things. And so we learned from her behavior, from how she was in the world. And there's lots of things that ring through your ear when you think about your mom and stories that she tells and the voice in your head. It's generally your mom or your dad. That's the voice in your head. And there's lots and lots of lessons that I learned. But I took 7, and they're not the top 7, but they're the 7 that ring in my ears so much that I hear her voice all the time saying this. And I wanted to share with you what I think are some universal things about what she said. What she said, what the lesson was, and how we learned it. And I think 7 is I know that it is. 7 is a spiritual number. 7 days, and he rested. 12 disciples, 40 days and 40 nights, Jesus wandered in the wilderness. So there's lots of numbers that are spiritual in nature, and so I wanted to go ahead and do 7. So the first lesson that rings the most loud in my ear from when we traveled around, my mother said, take care of your sisters and your brothers. Don't fight with them. This is your family. You don't fight with your sisters and brothers. That's it, you don't. So the lesson that she was trying, and she taught this in words and deeds. She didn't fight with her siblings. She loved them. I saw that in her. Even when they upset her, she still loved them. She still tried to find what was happening with them. That's what she did. So I saw what she said in words and deeds, but then she also shared that with us. And I remember my sister was in a fight. She was getting into a fight. Some girl was, and we were young. I think she was in the 8th grade. I was in the 6th grade. And so it's just some loudmouth girl. We were in Waco, Texas, and some loudmouth girl had come up on our porch and just talking crazy to my sister. And so, right? And so of course, I jumped in it, because that's what Mom told me to do. Don't be letting your sister get beat up. So I'm jumping in it. Then my brother comes, right? Then my little sister comes. And then her brothers and sisters come. It's a big wild thing out there. So we finally, everybody just gets tired. We get exhausted. Because how good can you fight? How long can you fight when you're in the 8th and 6th grade, right? You don't fight that long. But the point is this. We went in, tears streaming and the legs all striped up and whatnot. And my mom said, what happened? So, this girl was talking crazy to Denise, and so, we all jumped in. Great, good, let's get cleaned up. That was it. That was it. Just great, good, let's get cleaned up. Because that's what we do. And to this day, that is what we do. And I think the lesson here is this. Your family loves you unconditionally. No matter what goes on in the world, you always have a place to be. I have been many, many places in the world, and I've always wanted to come back home every time, around my family, no matter what I look like, what I feel like, or what has been happening, or even how I may have been treating them, how they may feel about how I treat them. The doors are always open, not just open, but welcoming. And I think that's what that means. And I think we begin to understand how we treat the rest of the world when we think about how we treat our family as well. So we learn from the beginning. So that was lesson number 1. Lesson number 2, she said, do your work first, then you can enjoy playing. Go do your work first. So we only had 2 things. These are 2 things that my parents said we had to do, and only 2 things. Clean up your room. Make up your bed every day. I mean, it ought to be really clean. You can throw stuff under the bed if you want to. I don't care. But just, make up your bed every day and get good grades at school because you're smart. And I don't want any crap about you failing or even getting D. I don't want anything. C is just showing up in class. Okay? So no failing. That's it. That's all you have to do. So I'm in the 3rd grade, 2nd grade, something like that. My sister's, 2 years older than me. We're outside playing. And my sister takes off running. Like, what's happening? So instead of just running with her, now what happens if somebody's running? Don't you just start running too and ask questions later? But no, I'm looking around like, and I see my father coming with the switch. I'm like, oh, shoot. So I take off running. She's running for the back door. She tries to open the door. My mom's got it locked. And so she doesn't stay there long. She splits around to the front, and I'm following her. My father's hot on my tail with a switch. We know what's happened. We didn't make up our bed. Right? So, and we had upstairs, downstairs. So my sister blows into the front door. She flies up the stairs. I'm not too far behind her, but close enough where my father is tagging my legs with the switch, right? And I'm still trying to get past. By the time I get to the room, my sister's bed is made. Do you think she tried to make my bed? No. No, she just made her own bed. However, so I got to, my father couldn't hardly, he actually was laughing by the time he got upstairs. Listen, none of that. You have 2 jobs. Do your work, And the thing is this. So here's the lesson. That's a story, and it's a true story. But here's what I learned. If there's work to be done, and I'm playing, I can't enjoy the work. I can't enjoy the play. I can't enjoy it because there's something on my mind. I know something has to be done. So to me, this is the beginning of learning how to focus on what it is you are to be doing. You don't do things with 2 different minds. I'm out there playing, but worrying about the work that I haven't gotten done yet. So do your work. Do what is yours to do. Okay? Do what's yours to do so that you can have a single focus in your life and enjoy that which you are doing. Be fully present in the moment. That's the lesson over the years that I've taken out of that, what occurred there. So be present. She talked about focus. Be present. Here's one I love. I love them all, but she talked about being a good hostess. She said, be a good hostess. So this is one of the things that we talked about when I first came here, and we talked about what we wanted to do and how we wanted to invite and attract people in. And that is the example that I used, what my mother told me about being a good hostess. Wherever I am, if this is my home, then I want to open the door to the people who want to come here. And we do that. One of our things that we talk about, our purpose statement, is being joyously inclusive. Joyously inclusive. That's what a good host does. A good host and hostess, right? You step into their house, and they've already thought about what you might need. There was always a pot of beans on. We didn't have a lot of room, so mother had lots of quilts and blankets, so you could just make a cot, or what'd she call it? She called it what'd she call it? A pallet. That's it. She said you could make a pallet on the floor. You can make a pallet on the floor. So my friends always stayed over. Because my father's in the military, so all the young soldiers, who was missing home, my mother would always invite them to just come stay, stay on the house. We got plenty of food. That's what she did. And I think it serves us well. Be a good hostess. Be a good hostess for wherever you are. Even if you're not talking about being in your home, what about just being with you? Just being with you. Being a good host is inviting people into your life, into the moment. Maybe not even into your life, but it's into the moment. Again, I think that's a powerful lesson about how to love people, thinking about them, What is it that they need from you right now? They're standing in front of you. Why? What do they need? They need your time, your love. Be a good hostess. Be a good hostess. Never show up empty-handed. Never show up empty-handed. I don't know if this is my mom's thing or a Southern thing, because a lot of Southern women do this. They know this. You don't show up to someone else's house without something, a gift. You know, if someone invites you over for dinner, whatever they're inviting you for, you bring something. And if you call and I say, hey, you know, what can I bring you? Oh, nothing, just come. Okay, great. My mama said, don't just come. So I'm not listening to you, but that's fine. I'm going to get in trouble. I'm going to get a whooping. But so flowers, some gifts, some thoughtful thing, which says that you, again, are thankful for them opening their doors and allowing you through. It's just about being grateful, about being thankful for what they're doing for you. So never show up to anyone's place or anything they've invited you to empty-handed. That's what she said. And that's what we do. Never show up any. And when I do that, I'll tell you, I get a lot of comments about that. And here's the biggest comment that I get. Your mama raised you right. That's what I hear. When I do, your mama raised you right. I think it's a Southern thing. But I do it all over the world. All over the world. Be a good hostess. Never show up empty-handed. This one, I think, again, with words and deeds, respect your elders. Respect your elders. She didn't say that I had to like them. She never said I had to like them. There are many that she didn't like, and I could see it in her face. She didn't care for them. She has the same kind of face I do. Everything shows up right there. But I did see the respect for them. Because we don't know what anyone else has gone through, do we? We don't know what their story is. I had a woman, I shared this story with you before, but it's so interesting and so amazing to me. She was at someone's home, and they had offered her a cup of tea, which she took. We were sitting around talking about this. This was a women's group, and we were sitting around talking about that. And she said the woman served her a cup of tea, and it didn't have a saucer. And she felt that was so disrespectful. She really did. I don't know. That's exactly what I did. I'm sorry. How does that relate? And so I just asked her, I said, okay, interesting. What do you mean? What is disrespectful about that? And she said, well, my mother told me, you know, when you serve people and you're a hostess, whatever, you serve people with a cup and a saucer and, you know, beautiful china and this and that. I said, okay, yeah, that's great. That's a good point. But let me just ask you this question. What if she wasn't raised that way? I mean, what if they never used saucers or cups, you know, saucers with their cups? What if they just used mugs? I mean, have you thought about it? She goes, I never thought about that. I never thought about that. So we don't know what people are raised by. Everybody is not raised the way you are. Everybody doesn't see the things the way you are. It doesn't make them right or wrong. It's just different. It's just different, right? It's just different. So we respect our elders because they've been on the planet longer than us. Even though it seems like they may not know anything, they know more than you. Just by the fact that they've lived longer than you. You got to give them some credit for that. So just have some respect for the fact that they have survived this planet for as long as they have. And give them some respect. That's what we do. Say your prayers. This is one that she had us do every night, for every meal and every evening before we went to bed. And it was the now I lay me down to sleep. We all know this one. Now I lay me down to sleep, I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take. Not my soul to keep. Now, that's kind of a scary little prayer, right? For kids to be praying. If I should die, what now? But whatever. But that's the prayer that we prayed every evening before we went to bed. And whenever we sat down for a meal, it was always a prayer for Thanksgiving. Because that's not promised to us. We don't have to have food on the table. My mother and father both were raised, even though he was on a farm, and she had, of her family, they had a restaurant. They ran through some times when times were hard, And they didn't always know where the food was coming from. So she was always grateful for that. So I have a couple of things that I take from this particular lesson. Number one, be grateful. Be grateful to that which delivers to you. Something greater than ourselves is always the source and supply. God is source and supply. Gratitude keeps our minds on that, on where source and supply comes from, God. And so that's what gratitude's about, saying thank you. Just remembering it doesn't have to be that way. It's that way because that's where our minds are at. The other lesson, the bigger lesson, I don't know if it's bigger, it's just a different one. I think they're equally as big, is developing your own relationship with God. Prayers every day just starts you to developing and getting in the practice of talking with God, with George, with whatever your name might be for that which is greater than yourself. A part of you, but greater. And you guys know, I've talked a lot about my relationship with George and how I actually speak to God all the time. It comes in very, very handy in my life and as I go through things. And one of the prayers that I pray every morning, or it's an affirmation, it's not a prayer, it's an affirmation. I am calm, relaxed, and at peace throughout this day. I am calm, relaxed, and at peace throughout this day. That's an affirmation and a declaration that Spirit hears, and that is who you are throughout the entire day. So what happens when you go out there and, someone's cutting you off out in traffic, that's a good time to practice your spirituality, is it not? So I'm always giving people the whole peace sign, not half of it. Right? The whole peace sign. I get to do that because I'm relaxed, calm, and at peace. So the power is for you. It's not about Spirit. It's not about George. George already has what George has. George is source and supply. Our relationship with God is about us, right? And how we go through our day. So, what is mom? Mother. It's not necessarily about origin. It's not about who you started off with. My mother was given up for adoption, and the person who adopted her was mean. So she had it doubly bad when she first got going, but there were so many mothers who came to her in her life, and she learned how to be one. She learned how to be a good one. So it's not about the origin or the womb. It's not about gender. It's not about any of that. It's about these three things, and you deciding that you are going to love in this way that 1 Corinthians tells us to love, that you are going to take on this heavenly charge of taking care of your charges and the people that you called into your life, and that you prayed for this. This is answered. Your children are, whoever your children are, pets, whatever they may be, actual humans, it doesn't matter. Whoever your children are, you've asked for this. You've drawn this into your life. And so these are the three heavenly charges that mothers take on. And from the time they have you until they pass away, this is what they're all about, you and how your life is going to turn out. So yeah, we get to we should at least have one day when we recognize the power of the women in our lives, the mothers in our lives, not necessarily just women, but mothers in our lives. And I thank God for that. Thank you, George, for mothers. Thank you. The mothers are the center of our worlds as individuals and as community. That's what mothers do. So we thank you, God, for this day, for this life, and for what we get to do, what we get to experience, the choices we learned how to make because somebody loved us, because somebody touched us, because a mother cared for us. Thank you, God. And so it is. Namaste.
Now is the time for the giving and receiving of our tithes, gifts, offerings, and blessings. As we open ourselves up to manifest that love that we learned so long ago, and that love that we learned today. How to mother, how to be a mother, and how to accept mothering. Mother, Father God, thank you very, very much. Sweet, sweet Mother of all, Creator, great love, any way you accept, through acknowledging Mother Earth, through acknowledging that nod and smile of a person on the street, for feeling the spirit in you to turn to someone, a complete stranger, and say, hi, and smile. That's a big love, a big heart. If you're on Facebook, it's a big heart being transferred from your body to another soul. Whether we do it through singing, speaking, doing a task for someone, remembering them from the past. Mother, Father God, thank you for the creation of us. Thank you for the air we breathe. Thank you for the memories of those that have passed. Thank you for the understanding that we are a mother in so many ways. We manifest our motherhood in us. It is a task that if we decide to take it, we will be more fulfilled. We will, not more, we are fulfilled in this moment to let that love flow through us, from us. Thank you, and we accept everything. And as this church mothers those spirits that come into it, the people that are involved in this church, that are visiting us on Facebook, we thank you for being here. If you would like to present us with a offering, you can do that by texting. Where is that? Very easy. Text. Text. Take your phone. Make a text. Put 84321. Press. Instructions will be sent back to you. Or you can mail it to it's on our Facebook page, and it's on the PDF, correct? So that instructions, check out the PDF if you haven't. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, join with me in our offering prayer. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am grateful. So grateful. So it is. Amen. Thank you. And we call up PJ one more time.
Thank you, Terry. Listen as your day unfolds. Challenge what the future holds. Try and keep your head up to the sky. Lovers, they may cause you tears. Go ahead, release your fears. Stand up and be counted. Don't be ashamed to cry. You gotta be bad. You gotta be bold. You gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard. You gotta be tough. You gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool. You gotta be calm. You gotta stay together. All I know is love will make a way. Herald what your mother said. Read the books your father read. Try to solve the puzzles in your own sweet time. Some may have more cash than you. Others take a different view. My, oh my, hey.
You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be smooth, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. All I know is love will save the day. Time past, no question, it goes on without you, leaving you behind if you can't stand the pace. The world keeps on spinning, can't stop it if you try to. The best part is danger staring you in the face. Whoa, whoa. Remember, listen as day unfolds. Challenge what the future holds. Try and keep your head up to the sky. Lovers, they may cause you tears. Go ahead and release your fears. My, oh my, hey. You gotta be strong, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, gotta stay together. All I know is love will make a way. It'll be cool, you gotta be bold, you gotta be strong, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. All I know is love will make a way, yeah, yeah. All I know is love will make a way. What I know for sure, yeah, is love will make a way. Love, yeah, love will make a way. What I know that love will make a way, yeah. Love will make a way. All I know is love will make a way. Thank you. Thank you, Igor. Thank you so much. Ken, thank you.
And now it's time for our brief Facebook chat. Most of the people on Facebook have been chatting. Even the people here can be on Facebook and chat. So spend a minute. A couple of us get on Facebook while we're not standing up here. And I just want to remind people, if you don't remember, that each week we also post a PDF of what would usually be the slides. So you can look at the words and all those good things. If you happen to be on your phone here, you can still pull up the PDF and look at the words. So like if I can't remember the words. So hopefully we have a little Facebook chat going on, or people, good, yes. Terry's checking for us.
Okay, we got Leanne. Hi, Leanne. Hi, Delia. Jim even told a story on here.
Yep, it was nice.
It was very nice. How precious that mothers come in so many different packages.
Yep.
Lily Flower, yes, hi.
Allison's on. John
Nikki
Jeffries
Mama.
is on.
Woo. Ellen.
Delia's on. Yep.
Ed Conrad, good to see you.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Mickey Mans. That's right. Carter and Terry are on there too. Yeah.
Rebecca, yay. I think there's probably somebody sitting next to Rebecca. So hello to both of you.
All right.
Woo. And, of course, Pat and Glenn Moore. Ta-da-da. Yay.
And, of course, here, just for those of you who can't see them, along with the people doing the service, and Jim and Aaron, Barb and Bill are here, Venice and Phil are here, Sharon and Garrett are here. So that's our family with us today, so you can see everybody. And a few announcements, and I'm going to let David do the birthdays, so I'm not going to do them. But we have 4 different things going on each week in addition to service where you can connect up with your family here. So Foundations in Truth with Pjae on Thursday nights at 6 p.m. Make sure you check your emails for these, because these are Zoom classes and there's links in the email and passwords, although I'm seeing slightly different passwords for different things, but that's okay. Pat Moore is doing Chakra 101. That's on Wednesday nights at 6 p.m., so tune into that. On Tuesdays at noon, we have our Lunch and Love. So bring your own lunch and log on and share some time with your family here. That's also a Zoom meeting. And then PJ's doing a daily meditation every morning at 7:30. So lots of ways to stay connected. Book club starting what time? 10:30 a.m. Book club. Where the Crawdads Sing. Who's doing that?
Well, I think we all are, but I'm going to lead
You're
it first.
leading it?
I'm going to
Okay.
lead this particular one, but we're going to switch around.
And how
Okay.
do you get
So-
involved in that?
Yeah, you're good. It's on the newsletter. Well, they can just email me. It's on the newsletter that I sent out, and I will send another reminder out just before that, a couple of days before.
Got it.
Great. So
Yeah.
watch for PJ's emails, everybody.
Yep. And I think
If not, you can sign up online also for
Right.
receiving emails at harmonyspiritualcenter.org.
And don't forget that if you do want to come and join us on Sunday morning, email Rebecca, just because we're trying to follow all the guidelines and be safe and be healthy. So email Rebecca so she knows how many people are here. We have about 10 spaces for folks to come. So we have folks with us today as well as the folks that are managing the service. So I'll turn it over to David for celebrations.
Okay, let's do birthdays. Because on Tuesday, which is the 12th, we have Reverend Glenn Moore.
Yay.
And also Chris Curtis.
Woohoo!
And then I don't have it on here, but a good friend of ours, Arturo Montoya, his birthday is also on Tuesday. So we got 3 people that we love having birthdays on Tuesday. Janet Brown is on the 16th. Reverend PJ on the 23rd.
Woo!
Harold Wold is on the 27th, and Cheyenne Clark is on the 29th. So happy upcoming birthdays, because all of these are like after today. So, also, this month's flowers. Reverend PJ, there they are, donated the flowers for the month of May in honor of her mother, the late Billie Jean Powell, whom PJ, awesome message today. Thank you for what you shared. And so, as we go about our week and do our closing prayer, just let's honor each other. When you're out somewhere, please wear a mask. A good mother would guide you in wearing your mask at this time. Please maintain the minimum distance is 6 feet. It's suggested by the scientists and doctors. So when you're out in public, wear your mask, keep your distance, please. Because then you're protecting other people. Because we don't know who's got it. People can have it, and we don't know it. So that's the mother in me saying, y'all be good kids, and I will too, which is rare. So let's end with prayer. And one more thing, because this mother, have y'all noticed how nature seems to be coming alive? How the skies are clear? Birds are singing. Yeah.
Birds are
So Mother Earth is like, it's like coming to life again. So let's honor this big mother planet that we live on. Let's continue to honor Mother Earth. Thank you. And so as we go about this week, Mother, Father, God, we know you are in us, flowing through us, flowing all around us. We are so blessed for how you nurture us, for how you mother us. And we ask for your guidance in sharing this mothering, this nurturing with other people as we go about our week. We also ask you to remind us to mother ourselves in a happy, healthy, loving way. Let's be kind to ourselves and to each other. As a good mother would say, practice kindness. And so it is. Amen.
Please join us in our closing song, I Choose Love. We get to choose that right now, right here, today.
That's right.
Declare it. Take it in and move around a little bit. You want to get up? Just kind of move around.
Peace in my life is growing because I choose love. Love's always present, it's what I'm made of. I choose love. We are all part of each other. We are one loving family sharing one son. I choose love. I choose love. Declare it. I choose love.
Have a great week. Namaste.